G'day Star Wars fans, welcome to RedLeaderOne. Today we're going to talk about Hasbro collecting, Double Force Friday that we're going to get in October, I think, and what could be, why are they calling it Double Force Friday? So, it's just really bizarre to me, but I suppose that there'll be double letdown Friday, I guess, like with other Force Fridays in previous years. But today we can talk about what to expect in figures, vehicles, and obviously we got to see the new trailer a few days ago, which I actually really enjoyed, and what new vehicles or characters that we could possibly see being released during Force Friday. Hopefully by then, I'm not having my hopes up too high, but hopefully Hasbro have worked some way of fixing this distribution problem that seems to be happening all around the world, where fans and collectors are unable to find the products that Hasbro are releasing at the moment, which is really frustrating. Today, which is Tuesday, it was really cool because I know the Black Series 6-inch Archive series have been released. Now, I haven't heard of these being released in Australia. I know some Australian online stores that have these up on pre-order at the moment, but I had a phone call today from one of my work colleagues, and he actually found the Archive series at Big W here in Australia. So that's Bosk IG-88, Boba Fett, and Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot. Now, I already have these figures, but I did ask if he could grab me the Luke Skywalker, because apparently that Luke's got a new sculpted face, but I'll have to wait and see when I've got my hands on that and compare it with my Luke, which I have loose already. So, but at least we know that some of the Archive series have hit Big W here in Australia. Hopefully the Wave 2 of the Archive series hits Big W as well, because there's definitely figures in that wave that I'm pretty keen on, and that is the Scout Trooper, the Speeder Bike Trooper. That's a figure I definitely would love to pick up and buy multiple of. I do have the Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike from the Black Series that was released a few years ago, which is a really cool set. It's just that I don't want to take the Scout Trooper off the bike. So hopefully this Wave 2 does make it here in Australia. Now, talking about other stores here in Australia, I have reached out to Kmart, and I can't remember if it was Big W. I'm pretty sure it was. I reckon Target never got back to me. And I asked a question about Star Wars products being released later this year. Why isn't there any on shelves at the moment? Are there going to be any released in the future? Kmart did get back to me, and Big W, and they did mention that stay tuned, later this year they will have new Star Wars products on the shelves. So I guess that's some hope we can have, knowing that at least two stores might actually have some products for the movies on their pegs. Now, I guess we've got to sit back and wait and find out what are Hasbro going to be releasing out of the new lines, especially for Double Force Friday. Obviously, the Black Series 6-inch line will be focused on. I'm not sure we're going to see those in Kmart. Kmart have in the past released Black Series 6-inch figures, but in the last, I guess, 2 years, you haven't been able to find any. I know Big W have. Target have in the past as well. So fingers crossed. Now with the vintage collection, I'm hoping the vintage collection does make it to Australian stores. I'm kind of hoping Hasbro get rid of this stupid 5 points of articulation movie line. They just are peg warmers. I know collectors out there do buy them, but most stores now they're just peg warmers. Like, most collectors don't want to buy them. 5 points of articulation. Why would you go back to 5 points of articulation when your collectors, Star Wars collectors, in the last 6, 8, 10 years have been collecting super articulated figures. So it's, I don't know why they went back to 5 points. They're making the Star Wars line too vast, I guess you can say. Just condense it down smaller. Just sell the super articulated figures and the 6-inch figures, and that's it. Get rid of the movie line. They're crap figures. Get rid of them all completely. Just focus on 3.75 super articulated figures, either in the vintage collection or even go back to the Saga line. I know next year it's the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, so maybe we could see, like they did with the 30th anniversary figures a few years back, and bring out a 40th anniversary line as well. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think Hasbro should just drop the movie line figures? That's the 5 points of articulation figures and vehicles with a crappy nerf or just really poor quality made. Go back to what they were doing best prior to 2012, giving us really awesome vehicles and super articulated 3.75 figures, either in the vintage line, bring back the Saga line or the Legacy line, or even start releasing the 40th anniversary line or something like that. The 6-inch line is fine. There's no issues there. I guess the only thing they can hopefully improve is make these things available to people who want to collect. It's just frustrating as a collector for myself that you can't find these in stores. I guess if I really wanted to, I could track them down online, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to pay stupid prices for stuff that you shouldn't have to, prices you shouldn't have to pay for. Most online stores in Australia at the moment, you can only pre-order this stuff, which is really funny with the Archives line, is that, like I mentioned before, it's been found in Big W's in Australia, but some of the online Australian stores have still got them up as pre-order. So it's just silly. You have to pre-order something and wait 8 months before you can get it. I hate waiting. I want to go into somewhere and buy it just like that. You should be able to. These things are out there in the United States. You should be able to find them now. So, but we're going to be we're going to be discussing this all the way up to Double Force Friday, release of the film, until Hasbro fix their issue and stop making Star Wars collecting exclusive. That's what they're doing now. They're making Star Wars collecting exclusive at the moment. So, yeah. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. Drop a comment down below, hit that like button, share this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. We'll be doing more Star Wars discussion videos in the future. We'll talk about collecting Star Wars products. We'll talk about Star Wars Hasbro, and hopefully they lift their game in the future. But I'm not having high hopes about it as well. We'll also talk about the movie, so subscribe to the channel. Alright guys, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you always.